Chevrolet Corvette is America's classic rear-wheel drive sports car, and this particular example is no different. This is a 2007 Chevrolet Corvette, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and start it up and let it run. Now here's the key for the Corvette. It's the standard Corvette style key. You have your lock, unlock, trunk release, and panic functions, as well as a key blade there. But it does feature smart key access system, so all you need to do is just keep the key in your pocket. And then, once the vehicle is locked, walk up to the door, put your hand on the handle, pull twice, and it'll unlock. And then getting into the Corvette, you definitely have to duck down more so than other cars, but believe me, it is more than worth it. And then, in order to start the engine, all you need to do is put your foot on the brake and hold the green start button. Now what you're hearing is General Motors' 6.2 liter V8. It does feature a 6-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters, but we'll go over more of that in the test drive portion of the video. So let's go ahead and turn on the automatic headlamps, fog lamps, as well as the hazards. And as you can see, it does feature an automatic down driver's side window. Now, like I said, the Corvette is America's classic rear-wheel drive sports car and has been around since the 1950s and been in production ever since. So as you can see, this one is finished in a beautiful silver exterior with a black leather interior. Here's your fuel filler door right here. And this is General Motors' mark of excellence right there. Now looking at the back tires on this one, we have 285/35 R19s. The fronts are a little bit smaller. You have your side indicator markers right here. And you can see you have your traditional Corvette round tail lamps, which is a little bit of an issue of controversy on the C7 Corvette. This is the C6 and it retains the traditional round tail lamps, and some people have just completely come undone that the new Corvette features rectangular tail lamps, but it's a matter of personal opinion. And in typical Corvette fashion, you have your center mounted quad exhausts with your reverse lamps on either side of the exhaust over there. And then, engraved into the bumper is the Corvette emblem. Again, another side indicator marker there. And looking at the front tires on this one, we have 245/40 R18. So the back rims are actually 1 inch bigger than the front. And then, coming around to the front, you can see you have HID headlamps with your turn signal markers on either side and your fog lamps located down below, all accented by a beautiful Corvette emblem. So let's go ahead and open up the hood and see what she's got. And in order to open the hood, all you need to do is just pull on this little tab right here. And in typical Corvette fashion, the hood opens clamshell style, and what you're seeing is General Motors' 6.2 liter V8. I'll add all the power and fuel economy specifications into the annotations here. Beautiful engine. I absolutely love the way these LS2s look. And then in order to close the hood, all you need to do is just let it down and drop it, and it shuts just like that. So we'll go ahead and check out the interior of the Corvette. Now coming to the interior of the Corvette, one of the first things that you'll notice is it's very driver oriented and geared towards performance rather than comfort. You can see the top of the door panels are a semi-padded material. They're not the softest in the world, but they're not all that hard either. Here you have your power window controls, you have your power mirror controls right here, and door locks are located up here. Now a neat feature about the Corvette is this right here, which is an electronic door release, and if you push it twice, just like that, it'll open the door for you. And then you have your padded armrest there, little reflector there, integrated door speaker, little storage area right there. But something to note, should this mechanism ever fail, there is a manual door release right here. You just pull up on it and the door releases just like that. Some people choose to do that over the button. It's just a matter of personal preference. And coming down here, you have your seat adjustment. Here's your recline, and then your tilt and sliding right there. Now coming to the steering wheel of the Corvette, it is nice in your hands. It's decently thick. It is also leather wrapped. No steering wheel controls. Here's your horn. Very loud horn. As you can see, it does come with paddle shifters for the 6-speed automatic transmission. Now something interesting about the Corvette's paddle shifters is on both sides you push forward to shift up and pull back to shift down, when in traditional fashion it's pull down on this side to shift down and pull on this side to shift up. But Corvette decided to go with something a little bit different. Here's your trip computer controls for the little display in between the instruments there. Here's your dual air vents. The top of the dash is also semi-soft to the touch. It's not all that padded, but again, the interior of this car is definitely geared towards performance. Here's your engine start button, standard GM radio. It does have dual zone automatic climate control. Now coming to the shifter, it's GM's traditional shifter, 6-speed automatic transmission, and drop it into sport mode to go into manual shiftability, and you can see you have your gears that'll pop up right there. And this is also good for like winter weather driving if you need to start in a higher gear to keep your back tires from spinning, which they do spin quite easily in a Corvette. Here's your clock adjustment right here. Again, dual zone automatic climate control. You do have a power outlet right there as well as a removable ashtray. Putting the vehicle back into park, you can see it does have a launch control system, and what you do is you just keep pushing this button for whatever mode you want. Right now we're in competitive driving mode, and then the traction system and active handling are on, and then there the traction system is turned completely off. And a cool little detail, you can see it is actually a Corvette in there, so that's pretty neat. And then to turn it all back on, just push the button again. Now coming to the center armrest, it is semi-padded. It opens just like this, and you have a felt line storage area with a 12-volt power outlet located in there. So let's go ahead and check out the cargo area. And all you need to do that is just push this button right here, and the back hatch does pop. Now a feature that I won't be able to demonstrate today is the removable targa roof because it's so cold outside. But all you would do is just undo a few clips in there, and then this entire center section of the roof right here will lift off, and it'll store right here in the back. You can see these clips right here are where it mounts. Now, one of the surprising things about the Corvette is actually how much storage room there is. You do have quite a lot of storage back here. You could store plenty of groceries or something like that back here. And you also have little storage areas on either side, which you can hide your valuables in if you don't want those showing. You can see I have my camera tripod mounted back here, and it holds it just fine. So you would definitely have no problem fitting a ton of grocery bags or whatever you wanted back there. And then to close it, all you need to do is just pull down, and it falls just like that. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take this one for a test drive. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? And like I said, all you need to do to start the engine is put your foot on the brake and hit the green illuminated start button. Now, one of the very first things that you'll notice about the Corvette is how low down the car sits. This is a sports car after all, and it does sit like one. But even though it sits down pretty low, it actually rides very well. You can see we're on a little bit of a grassy area right here, and it's handling it very well, surprisingly. It's not tossing about or making a fuss. Four-wheel independent suspension definitely helps with the ride quality. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get started here. Now, one of the first things that you'll notice when you get into the Corvette is how low down it sits. And it is a sports car, so that is to be expected, but one thing to keep in mind is that dips in the road that you would normally be able to take in a normal car, you definitely have to slow way down and go at them at an angle in the Corvette. The next thing you notice is how beautiful of a sound the engine produces. I'm just blown away with the way that these engines sound. Corvettes have been known for having great exhaust notes, and this one's no exception. And it actually handles very well too. that was maybe about half throttle, and it took no time at all to get up to speed. So this is an incredibly quick car. These don't weigh very much at all, and then when you drop a torque monster V8 under the hood, you can expect that you're going to be going very quickly. And as you can tell, we're on a little bit of a smoother road surface, and the interior noise is actually pretty quiet. There's almost zero wind noise at all, and there's a little bit of tire noise, but that's to be expected with low profile tires like these. Any car that you drive that has low profile tires, you're going to get a little bit of road noise. But the cabin is relatively quiet, and it's also really easy to see out of too. Rearward visibility is not bad at all. The giant back window produces tons of visibility, and the side mirrors you can see out of great. And then frontward visibility is the interesting part, but we'll get on it real quick. And that was a run to about 50 miles an hour, and as you can tell, it just takes no time at all. Before you know it, you're there. And so as I was saying, the frontward visibility is the interesting part of the Corvette, because you're looking out over the long hood. A lot of cars, you just look out and you don't really notice the hood, but in the Corvette, you definitely notice the front hips, if you will, and the nice little power dome in the hood is a nice accent too. It takes some getting used to looking out over this, but once you get used to it, it is really nice. It makes you feel very empowered and in control. The steering feel is more than enough. I couldn't even ask for any more steering feel. I know exactly what the front wheels are doing. I feel very in charge of the car, and I'm also very comfortable. The seats in here, people have knocked the Corvette seats for not being the greatest seats in the world, which that is true. I mean, if you're going to be doing a lot of sporty driving, like taking it to a track or go carve canyons or something, the Corvette seats aren't exactly the best ones for that. There is a lot, you kind of move around in them a little bit, but if you're just going cruising down the interstate, which is what a lot of Corvette buyers do, I couldn't ask for better seats. There's tons of lumbar support, lateral support is good. The bottom cushion is a tiny bit small, but it's a small car. What can you ask for? You can't really complain about that. And then when you get on the gas, any fault that this car has just instantly goes away. You don't notice it at all, and it just becomes a car that you fall in love with. And this car definitely just kind of draws you towards it. And if you're in the market for a rear-wheel drive sports car, don't sell yourself short. Definitely check out the Corvette, because in my opinion, it is a very capable sports car. It's not the tightest sprung sports car, but for American roads, 9 out of every 10 roads in America are covered in bumps. So you don't really want a sports car that's just going to beat you up all the time. This one is kind of a mix of the best of both worlds. You get sporty driving when you want it, and then when you want to go cruising 80 miles an hour or more, if that's your type of thing, down the interstate, the Corvette, it does exactly what you want it to do. So for that, I can't really complain at all. And like I said, if you're in the market for a Corvette, definitely check it out. And especially this one. This one's got 43,350 miles on it, and it is one of the cleanest Corvettes that I've ever come across. The exterior is in great condition, and the interior is in even better shape. And it's very easy to drive too. Very well kept example of a Corvette. And like I said, when you put your foot down, the car just, it comes alive and draws you in, and you instantly fall in love. This one today is located up at Fairway Auto Center in Tyler, Texas. One of the best used car dealerships that I've ever dealt with. They only specialize in the best of the best used cars, and this one is in no exception. So if you're in the market for a Corvette and you live in the East Texas area, do yourself a favor and check this one out, because you won't be disappointed at all. But that about concludes our tour and test drive of this 2007 Chevrolet Corvette. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.